Now, y'all know one thing about me. I'm definitely going to teach these children these fashions. Now, around 2022 in the summer, I was teaching at Barnard College, Columbia University, and I was teaching a little bit of fashion, styling, some design, definitely editorial and journalism. And the following year, I was invited back. This time, I recorded a little bit of highlights, and this is what my babies had to say about me. Take a
I
listen.
mean, y'all so fake. Y'all are so.
Yeah. And like I liked the environment that it was. Like it wasn't like a really like I felt like it wasn't like you were like it didn't controlling us like the whole time. Like it didn't feel like we were sitting in a class where we were like so like bored and ready to get out. Like it was really interesting and like compared to what other people have said about their classes. Like
other people
we
got
had a really
15-minute break, like couldn't
yeah,
give it to
yeah.
you.
Because we weren't, we did not want to be here for 3.5 hours
Yeah.
either.
like the
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Like my minor was longer than mine.
yeah.
The period. We weren't trying to have y'all here that long.
Yeah, and I think that's like
What was the point of that? You can learn things in a short period of time. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just like meaning like it wasn't like a really like forced, like it didn't feel like a school environment, like it actually like felt fun.
That's what I was just going to say. Like, I feel like we were actually able to also, like, because I feel like it's important to have kind of like a connection and relationship with like your teacher or like professor. And I felt like it was nice that like if we had a question, we could just text you on WhatsApp, or like we could also have like real life conversations while doing like work. You know, like it just didn't feel so strict and like straightforward.
You have such a big personality. It actually made this class so much more like interesting and like fun because everything was just so funny. And then, but like when like I don't know, I get offended easily. So when you'd say like something's ugly, I'd just be like, oh. So like yeah, that's all I have to say.
Matilda.
Blackjack, I get offended really easily as well. But it makes class entertaining and like you're never like falling asleep or anything.
Quinn did once. She did. She did. Lulu.
Well, I think your honestness is really good because I feel like that's how it is in the real world. And if you just like told everyone their look was amazing and was like, oh, you did so good and kind of babied us, then if we like went out into like the real world and actually tried something in the fashion industry, we'd be like, they're being so mean and so harsh. So I think this was really good in like preparing us. And though it might be like really hard now, it's better this than like us being babied and then going out.
Now, you know, really, I've been in these streets producing these fashion shows for years. So when they asked me to come back, okay, I turned both classes that I was teaching, because I ended up teaching two classes, into a fashion show, a fashion production. And with the help of one of my best friends, Janet Ega, who was my teaching assistant, we turned the students from both classes into runway producers, casting agents, and stylists of their own. And this is what the casting process looked like. Take a look. So we paired each class up into teams of 2 and 3 students, and each team had to design and put together mini collections based on the designers that we were teaching them about the entire semester. Now, the semester only lasted a month, which means that they had less than a month to produce an entire collection, even though it was a mini collection. This included several looks. So, with that being said, the collections were really amazing because professional designers get much more time than that to produce what these students produce. They made me proud. Like, I'm not going to hold you. And really, it was due to me. Really, it was due to me. But these are the highlights, and they, like, the designers that we covered were Dolce & Gabbana, Schiaparelli, the design houses, Dolce & Gabbana, Schiaparelli, Marc Jacobs, of course, Chanel, and they just did, I know I'm missing somebody, but they just did an incredible job, and what they produced was nothing short of amazing. They did their big one, and here's a little snapshot. What's the one big thing you'll take from this class in terms of what you've been taught? And
I feel like the biggest thing I'm taking away from this class is to just be confident and be you, because like you guys have said, and like we were discussing the sizzle reel, not everyone's gonna like everything about you and everything that you have to say. And if you're just like confidently you and like undeniably you, like you can go so far, and you don't have to worry about all the people who aren't gonna be there for you.
absolutely, I'm here for it.
I think I learned, like, especially through making our own like designs, that not to just like submit something or finish something just because it's done, like to keep working on it until you're really proud of it and like really happy with like what you've created.
Yes, yes, always.
I think that I learned not to take like honesty or constructive criticism the wrong way.
My girl, you finally y'all got it. Somebody got it. Don't take it the wrong way. Yes.
Yeah, take it on board and use it to make your designs better.
Yes, I love it. Now, it's no surprise that I'm a little extra. So, in addition to the fashion show, I also turned both classes into a fashion magazine. So, I turned the entire fashion program into its own media company. And I named it O2 after the program, which is Oxbridge. And so the students had to produce their own print fashion magazine. I and Janet, my teaching assistant, acted as the publishers, and the students elected an editor-in-chief, a fashion features editor, a fashion director, and they produced their own shoots under my supervision, of course. We hired a photo editor, and they learned all of this through my little textbook, the Mode Book, How to Break into Fashion Journalism, which they were given. I taught lesson plans and built my syllabus around that textbook. And I've taught out of that book for the past 2 years that I've taught at Columbia and Barnard College through the Oxbridge program, because the book teaches you all about fashion journalism, editorial, and it also has some interesting things about how to break into the industry, side hustles in fashion, what to do when you don't have any published writing. And then at the back of the book, it has kind of a directory of ways to break into the industry. But the magazine was incredible. All the faculty, all the students went home with copies of the magazine, and the whole semester was really a success. I had the students fill out my own survey independent of what the school does, because we never really get feedback on how they feel about it, how they feel about you, how they feel about the program itself, and my reviews are always glowing.